Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Chris and I say goodbye to the boys with Season 3, Episode 8, Season 4 already confirmed and filming in a couple of months, actually. So we'll see that next year. But Chris, what you think of the grand conclusion?
So I'm watching Episode 8, and as I'm watching it, I don't know. I'm watching it, and for some reason in my head, I'm thinking like we're at least getting like 10 episodes or something. So I'm watching 8, and everything's like, that's okay. I'm like, and then like towards like near the end, I was like, hold on, why does this stuff seem like it's the finale? Like the way they're ending, so like everything from Butcher's diagnosis to Soldier Boy's being back in the
cryo chamber.
Yeah. All except, and I'm like, huh? And sure enough, I go on Wikipedia. I'm like, yep, 8 episodes. I'm like, oh shit.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. Man, I don't know. I wanted more. I don't know. I freaking love the boys. I mean, I know that's kind of dangerous. You got to be careful, like showing too much, because then they want to get stale. You know what I mean? Dexter. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So it was like, you just got to be careful, you know. But no, overall, I thought the finale was surprising, because remember what we were all saying for seasons. We're like, here's how this season's going to end. Maeve's going to die first, then A-Train, then Deep, right? No one said, and no one's list was Black Noir. Like, and all of them survived. All the ones we were like, oh, these motherfuckers gonna be dead. No, it's the homie. It's the Black Noir. I was like, what? I was like, maybe he won't be dead. But then when I saw little cartoon characters face, I was like, I was shocked, bro.
Dude.
I was so shocked. I just knew in my head, he was going to be at the very end. Like, I mean, like if he did die, like I think you kind of said the same thing with Homelander, in the sense of like Homelander dies at the very last episode of the show, right? Yeah. So Black Noir, I thought the same. I thought Black Noir would be at the very end of that. You know what I mean? And I was just shocked. And then, yeah. So I was lost of words with that. Fuck. I don't know how I felt about all that. Meanwhile, the Deep still screwing fishes and shit. You know, it's just, I don't know.
And
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, no, see that was kind of like my problem, right? Like Black Noir's death. I was like, what are we doing, man? Like, why is the Deep still here, right? Like he brings absolutely nothing to the table, right? To me. Like, and even story wise, I mean, right. What does A-Train bring to the table story wise? Black Noir died. We don't know how they regenerated him after Soldier Boy almost killed him. We don't know what he looked like. Like that could have been a whole thing. And I was just disappointed with that. With that particular thing, because it looked like we got his backstory, so we thought he was going somewhere. I thought somehow he was going to join the boys at some point, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think that happens in the comic books, but for some reason I just thought that was going to happen. So maybe
to me, like even watching stuff like Diabolical, everything always pointed to the fact that Black Noir was the smartest of all the boys. Like smartest. I mean, obviously, yes, I know he's mentally damaged, but he's the more resilient, I should say. He's more resilient than all of them, even including Homelander. So he probably would see Homelander trying to come after him like several moves ahead. You know what I mean?
I hope.
So that's why it was just so surprising to me. Like with this, it just didn't. That's why I think we were talking about this, I guess, with Chip. I didn't think, my theory was he wasn't even running away. Maybe he had like a different plan, but apparently he really was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait a minute, what? You know, I don't know. It kind of threw me for a loop. And I don't know if they did that on purpose, because people who read the comic books knows a Black Noir as a different character altogether and all the stuff he's meant to be. So basically it was just, I think maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just like a big F you. Like F you, this is not based on the comic books. oh yeah, nope, Black Noir is not a clone. No, he's not going to try to kill Homelander. Oh yeah, you thought the battle with Lady Maeve, he's going to be dead. Nope, she's still alive, bitch. Like all that other stuff. Like maybe that's just what they're just. It's just, yeah, you know what I mean.
So even a lot of things were plot convenience. Oh, also now with the third season finale, we see the formula, right? In the end, it comes down to Butcher, Ryan, and Homelander. Like this is the third season finale has come down to those three, like in some form or fashion, right? And with Ryan now being with his dad, basically, as people said, turning into Brightburn 2.0. What I was like,
yeah, he looked like the kid from The Omen, man. He was like
he's
I don't know.
He's mad murdering people at this point. And I'm like,
that smile he gave, I was like, little Anakin Skywalker right there.
I was like, I'm telling you, Brightburn. I was like, he's gonna be putting on that mask, just burning. I was like, that's a good one. I did.
Wait, do we see him fly before though?
No, he actually failed the last time he tried. And remember, and Homelander just pushed him off the house.
So off camera, okay.
Yeah, off camera. Okay. So, I think they barely showed A-Train in season 2. His storyline just don't make no damn sense, and I don't care. Like I just don't care.
Oh, well, he's honestly speaking. If you would have said this in the beginning of the season, I would agree with you, especially seeing how last season they made a point to show that A-Train towards the end was trying to make amends by giving up that Stormfront was basically a Nazi, right? But I got to say, the way this season kind of unraveled, especially with his character arc and everything going on with his brother, I was okay with it for the first time of all the seasons with A-Train. I mean, fine, okay. If you want to talk about moving the story, moving the story forward, let's be real. The story forward is the boys trying to kill Homelander. Okay, sorry. I mean, A-Train's not going to be part of that. Not even really Black Noir, really. You know what I mean? But if you want to talk about these other characters that's within the superhero thing, I mean, I would say this was the first time that I was like actually like with A-Train thinking like, okay, I kind of into the story now, like kind of into like his brother kind of turns back. Like I love the part where he was like, say, yo, you killed him. You're like, you killed Blue Hawk. And then he's like, why would you do that? And he was like looking confused. And he was like, no, I wanted justice. You didn't allow that to happen. And I thought that was to me, that was a very strong scene. You know what I mean? Because it even kind of, for the first time for a superhero, was like made it seem like someone cared about, kind of putting them in check and kind of being like, like you might have gone too far, and maybe sometimes the type of justice you're looking for is not the way that I want it, even though he hurt me more than he hurt you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I felt like this season, even though it didn't start off like it, I thought it was very strong for A-Train. My opinion. If anything, to your point, I'll say the Deep was it for me. The Deep didn't really move pretty much anything, really. I mean, even though I love the character of Lady Maeve, she didn't either, other than give Butcher like some compound V, some temp V, and then that heroic battle at the end. A-Train, I don't know. A-Train, at least I kind of cared about. I mean, fine, they didn't have to deal with like Marvin and Huey and what they were doing on the other side, but no one in Vought Towers really is going to. You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
So okay, I'll give you. He had more substantive character development, or like at least facing the consequences of his actions with his brother, right? Like, and so he can see that. So that was kind of important. I give you that. I thought, again, as we both agree, the deep is just unnecessary. Like Homelander sending him to kill the senator,
VP, I think, right? Yeah.
Well, soon to be VP. Like he's a senator that he was supposed to get the VP nomination. Right. So I was like, it didn't make any sense, bro. Like anyone could have jumped in the water in a pool and killed this dude. Like I actually thought, like, to use the Deep's powers, I would have wanted him to use that squid he was fucking. Like if he would have put the squid in there and the squid would have like choked him to death, that would have been hilarious.
No,
like,
that's not what that was. No, so haven't you watched Godfather? No, you're right. Just like in Godfather, anybody of the Godfather's henchmen he wanted to test him out. He wanted to see how far the Deep would go for him. Like he's like that's what that was. That was a power move. No, you're right, because that's all it was. It was a power move, just to be like, I want to see how loyal you are. Just like in the Godfather, like, how loyal are you?
Well, see,
I got a job for you.
Well,
because he wasn't just in the pool. He could, because to your point, Homelander could have been really real quick and just flown in, zapped him, snapped his neck, whatever, and then that would have been it, whatnot. But no, he wanted specifically the Deep to do that because he feels like he can control him, which he thought he could do with Black Noir, but.
Well, to your point, he already ate one of his friends. Like, we already had that scene like earlier, like in the movie, in the season, when he was like, eat like your best friend. Right.
He keeps pushing him. Yeah. He keeps trying to push him to see what. Yeah.
What he's want to do. I just, again, like, he still, I don't know. I would have, if all he said was kill him, he didn't necessarily say how to do it. He just wanted him to your point, he was like, I need you to go handle this, right? I think to kind of bring the story together of him fucking the squid and him being the king of the sea or whatever. Like, I think I would have been more creative if he would have used a sea animal of some sort. But the guy was swimming, but particularly the one he was fucking. If he would,
the problem with that was it would kind of detract from the seriousness of the fact that the Deep did not want to do this. Like, the Deep is like, that's the thing. The only time we ever see like serious scenes with the Deep is when it has to deal with Homelander or Homelander giving them orders. I feel like if you put the squid out in there in that scene, it would have taken a lot of us out of it. It would have taken me out of him, like, and that would just become a laughable moment rather than because even when you saw the Deep kind of emerge from there, he looks very distraught. It was like the somber music, like as if he was just assaulted, like he could not believe, like, you know what I mean? I think so. Even though you're right, I guess it would kind of show off more of his powers, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. But maybe he cares about the squid so much. Maybe he don't want them to go through that. You know? No, you're like, seriously.
That would
you got a wife, right? It's like imagine you got to do a whole bunch of tasks. You're like, said, no, babe, I got to do it.
I got this.
I'll do it. That's what this was.
That would have been golden. That would have been golden. If it would have been like, yeah, because what did Homelander say? You fucking squids at the orgy. Like, he knows all that, right? Like, he knows. Yeah. So if he was like, get your squid fucker, and he's like, no, baby, I got this. That would have been hilarious. And it would have made those other scenes make sense. Like this, it's just at this point, it's just gratuitous, like a bestiality. If you don't like bring it together. For Kimiko's character, I didn't like what they did with her. It didn't make any sense, right? Because most of the season, she was like, I'm not a killer. I don't want to do this, right? I don't even want my powers, right? Like, she's like, even when she saved Frenchie, she was like, I didn't. But then all of a sudden, she gets the bee back, and she happily murders these dudes. Like it wasn't just self-defense. I mean, she was enjoying ripping these people apart, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like this. It just didn't make sense, bro.
So for me, all right, fine. Maybe not necessarily her being so super happy, but I mean, I understand why she was so okay to get her powers back. Now, I mean, yes, obviously to make sure she can protect Frenchie, but from the very first time we met her, and even her trying to even talk to Frenchie, even talk about what's going on with her and her brother, she made it seem like she always said from the very beginning, like, I'm a monster. Like, these powers are making me a monster. And I guess what she realized with the whole incident with Lil Nina, with her not having the powers and her just going apeshit anyway, was like, no, it's me that's doing this. It has nothing to do with my powers. It's just how I wield it. And and the direction I wield it. So I believe with her, and that's the thing that sucks, that she can't talk, because I think she would probably maybe verbalize a little bit better maybe than just on some damn like sign language or whatever. You know what I mean? I should say damn sign language. Now people want to say, oh God, you know, I hate this era that we're in anyway. But anyway, cancel for everything. But yeah, I feel like it would have been better communicated to everyone that the reason that the reason why she's okay with like ripping these people apart with their powers, because she realizes it has nothing to do with the powers at all. It has to do with her and her personality. And just like Starlight, Starlight gave her that pep talk and saying like just use it for good, you know what I mean, and all that. I felt like she kind of, you know, I don't know, I think she kind of looks at Starlight as like kind of somewhat like a sister in a way.
Yeah.
To the point where, but then even though Starlight turned around and be like, "You sure you want the?" I was like, "I thought you didn't want it." She's like, "Yeah, I want it. I want it back." So I don't know.
No. Again, I understand. I knew she was gonna get her powers back, and I understood that. Like, just like 11 had to get her powers back. Like, that's not my part. Like, so to my point,
you thought that she shouldn't have enjoyed it so much.
As much, yeah, to put the headphones on and be like,
because 11 used the powers, but it's not like she was smiling like, "I'm back, bitches." Like, it wasn't like
like if 11 would have flew back to California and murdered that girl that teased her and all her friends, that would be equal. And I'd be like, 11 went too far. But look, so if okay, my saying they would have had a scene of Kimiko catching up with little Nina and her crew and demolishing them, that would have made sense. That would have been 100% like you almost killed me. You almost killed the man that I love. Like, that would have made completely. She would have ripped that woman's head off and shoved it up her ass. I would have been like, got it, right? Like, but like these dudes, they were just henchmen. You know what I'm saying? She was just taking it too far. And that's why I'm like, when did she become this heartless killer all of a sudden? Like, that's what I'm saying. That I was heartless. She put on Footloose and was like, with Flashdance and was like, and just went to town, dude. Like this.
Well, okay. So that doesn't, okay, but you use the word heartless and killer. Now, if you want to say she's heartless while she kills, that's one thing. But when we say a heartless killer, that means you're just an assassin and you don't care about people's souls. Like, no, it's just more like, look, like when it comes to killing time, I'm in the zone, right? You know what I mean? That don't make you heartless.
Dude, when she,
I don't know. Jeffrey Dahmer was heartless. Heartless.
Okay, like killer. Back up to earlier in the season when those Russians, when she killed that dude because she had to, right? And then that Russian
with the dildos and stuff.
And that prostitute, with the dildos, right? And the prostitute pulled the gun and she was like, "Oh my God, like, why does she see me like this?" Like she was conflicted about what this make her be. So like now she's like, "This is what I do." Again, defending Frenchie, I get that. I'm saying when that one guy was down and she's just like rah 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 rah. I'm like, this is joy. Like this is like this is what I do. And I'm like, again, little Nina's where you need to put that energy, that kind of extra, I need to hurt you energy to me. And then because they're never going to get back to that. I think it would be nice if they kind of sew that up, if you will.
What you think about Starlight being one of the boys?
I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is the level, how power levels change to fit the story, right? Because one, Starlight, just for the most part, all she does is glow her eyes. Like, it's been a long time since she actually did some Starlight shit, right? Like, so like,
but she's strong, but she's super strong too. We saw that in the first season.
In the first season, I'm saying most of the time now she like bakes the eyes, and whoever she's trying to do it to, she's like, calm that shit down, right? But I'm like, in this one, all of a sudden she can like somewhat go head to head with like Soldier Boy, and I'm like, no.
Well, no, because so I think this is what they got from the comic book. So the more light she absorbs, so she's like Superman, right? You know how like he absorbs the sun, like the red sun, he basically becomes like immortal. That's how Starlight is. The more she absorbs, right, the more powerful she becomes, literally like the sun. So that's what allowed her to fly. So I think at that moment, yes, she could fight on par with Soldier Boy and Homelander. But a lot of times at Vought Towers, I don't know if they do this on purpose because they know Starlight's around. They always got like the lights dimmed and whatnot and shit like that. They're like, yo, we need to keep this bitch under control, right? Like, all right. Like, I don't know.
No. Okay, so like, well, that like they did all this build up, like she was about to hurt this dude, and like I saw a meme where they basically made it Thanos to be like, all this for a drop of blood. Like you did all this, and he was just like, all right, I gotta fuck you up now. But to your point of like, she harnesses energy, right? Yeah. No one thought that maybe if you take her to a nuclear reactor and she sucks up all that energy, and
that sounds like a bad idea.
And then focuses it on Homelander, like she could melt this dude, because like Maeve all of a sudden can hurt Homelander. I was like, since the fuck when?
Yeah, Maeve could always hurt Homelander, but I mean, but yeah, matter of fact, so after they landed, after like that plane went down and whatnot, she hit him like square on his face, and he was like, I mean, probably didn't really hurt him. It was probably like if a teenager probably hit you in the face, probably or whatnot, but Nah, but it's like, yeah, but no, she can hurt him. You know what I mean? In the comic books, she was able to hurt him. Now, obviously, he was a whole lot stronger. You know what I mean? So I felt like even that scene that you saw, clearly, like you could tell, even because Homelander was looking at her like a nuisance. So I think he wasn't even trying to. I think at the point he wasn't even like trying to fight her. Like he was fighting her, but it wasn't like he was like Super Saiyan 100%. Like try to pull a hole in you, like I'm trying to put it into Soldier Boy. You see what I'm saying? Because I think he could have easily did that, but I think he was for one caught off guard by her, and then he was like kind of be like, because he kept saying, "Stop this!" Like stop. And then when he saw the blood, I think when she saw the blood, he was like, "Oh, this is real. Oh, oh shit. Okay." Like,
So,
you know what I mean?
but then even
Because
that,
she didn't hold her punch.
but even that, I was like, come on, bro. I'm just saying, if she could do that, then I'm like, if they could have bonded together. Also, just the form. So the mission was kill Homelander, right? At least that was Butcher's mission, and Maeve's mission. Then Marv and them show up. Starlight shows up, and all of a sudden, it's kill Soldier Boy. And they're like, we would rather kill Soldier Boy than to kill fucking Homelander because Ryan got hurt. I'm like, Ryan murdered your wife, Butcher. Like, you need to focus.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, it's like to be like
Yeah.
Homelander and Butcher are gonna work together because Ryan got knocked out. Like, I'm like, let's focus on the real threat right now.
No, what it was. So okay, so this was again the previous episode, or I guess 2 episodes ago, kind of put in context. To your point, that would have not happened. Butcher would have not acted the way he did if that mind control dude didn't put him into that trauma that he had to relive, that nightmare of his little brother, right? Of him leaving his brother all alone. So he realized his father was no good, and he realized he became the product of his father, and his brother committed suicide off of that, to the point where, like, even though he's still the same asshole, I felt like it kind of, I think it opened up his eyes. Like, he was like, yo, I can't be a shit to little Ryan, right? Like, yo, my wife wanted me to protect him, right? And I actually kind of like the old kid, you know what I mean? I was about to say the other word that he says, because he says so casually, you know the word I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, he says so much. Yeah, but I can't say that. But yeah, but then, like, even with Huey, like, you know what I mean? Like, he had to like lie to Huey and say, hey, yeah, we want to get some more V, but let's go. And then knock his ass, like, literally knowing that having Huey with him would have been a better shot, having them together would have been a better shot to kill Homelander. But he was like, nah, I can't do that. Like, yeah, I've used Frenchie like that in the past. I've used Marvin like that in the past. Kamiko, I just had her do that 2 episodes ago, like, and just have her become a muscle. And all these people have suffered, starting with my brother who basically killed himself because of my selfishness. And I feel like that's why he ditched Huey to save his life.
Yeah.
And then with Ryan, I think he realized, like, no, like, to him, he was at that point, he realized the selfishness of only killing Homelander was not there anymore. And it was more of like, what was more important to him was protecting Ryan than to kill Homelander. Like, to him, it was like the complete asshole was gone, if that makes any sense. Because, you know what I mean?
No, I get you.
I think that's why he did it. I don't think it just came out of nowhere, because clearly we even saw before that he actually kind of cared for Ryan, even though it was difficult for him because of what he did to his wife or whatnot. But I also felt like he also had to be an asshole towards the kid too, just in a way to kind of protect him as well. To the point where all of a sudden he sees Soldier Boy going to kill Ryan. He's like, oh no, that's the last thing that my wife left. Like, the last thing I have of my wife, who died protecting me. Like, and to him, it's like, yo, and so he let his anger for Homelander, like, temporarily just like go to the side into protecting Ryan. You know what I mean?
And they both did, right? Because they're both like, we will kill each other, but like, no, now Soldier Boy is a bigger threat to both of us. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of important, and actually, you even kind of saw that Butcher even kind of looked at the way Homelander was looking at Ryan, and I guess he was a little shocked, because I guess know if he was thinking in his head like he would be like his old man or like Soldier Boy's old man. Like I thought that was great that we got a little backstory of Soldier Boy basically saying like I came back with powers, and then my dad, he said you cheat. He said you had to cheat to become a man. You had to cheat. Like it just kind of showed that everyone was a shitty father. And then ironically, the guy that he felt like deserves to be killed the most is actually protecting his son, something that he never got, something that Soldier Boy never got. So I think it fucked him up. He was like, wait a minute, Homelander is actually
a decent
doing
father.
Good. And it's just like messing him up because he also wants to protect Ryan. So he's probably like in this, he was like, fuck. He's like, God damn it. And then he's just like, we got to get Soldier Boy, but I ain't done with you. But this guy's trying to kill little Ryan.
But then Ryan,
so to me, it kind of made sense. It made sense.
No, I know. So I know. I mean, it's a story. One, that they were gonna do it because one, they got to keep both alive because they are the story, right? And so you have to show these two opposing forces like come together, and it has to be the kid that brings them together. And then Ryan once again saves Butcher from being murdered by Homelander because he's like, hey dad, I just want to go now, like I don't want you to fight right now. So he's like, all right son, so now we can go, which is contrast to last season when he was like, I'm going with him I'm going with Butcher so I can save his life. Like that continues to be a thing, I'm saying, between these three is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Do you think now that the CIA got Soldier Boy, you think they're gonna create more different agents from them to kind of make people everywhere that's these superheroes become normal, like we saw with both Kamiko and then now Lady May? You know what I mean? Are we going to see them utilizing his body to create more regulars?
If they would have acknowledged that that's what his power does, because somehow depending on the episode, he was a nuclear bomb that destroys buildings and kills people, right? Then in some, including superheroes at Hero Gasm, right? And they didn't turn regular. He murdered those people. Like they didn't walk away with from a lot of those people. So like, if they knew that why his power does that, and that's what they try to do, that would be interesting. Again, what Russia was doing to him never got revealed, like what they learned and what they did. Like I thought that was a whole wasted storyline because we don't know what happened after all those years of testing.
No, you're right.
And then
so maybe that more. I don't know. Maybe more stuff was they had filmed, but then the whole Ukraine thing kind of like, and they were like, you know what, fuck Russia.
We can't. Like, so
never mind.
It would have been like give me some reason what they did, and then I could understand what we could do with Soldier Boy. Like that would have been something. Like they kind of fleshed that out. But to see him back in the tube, and also, again, Maeve should have been murdered, right? Like if she took full blast Soldier Boy in the chest and then fell like stories as a regular person, right? Because he took her power, he didn't evaporate her for some reason. She should have been dead as fuck. Like, there's no way she should have walked away from that.
She might have the residual of the superpower. Like, probably didn't all leave her body all at once. Think about you getting bit by like a venomous snake. Yeah, it bites you and you feel the initial pain, but it don't spread out your body completely until like maybe a couple hours or something. You know what I mean?
Chris.
You know what I mean?
Kamiko took part of the blast. Power's gone. She was almost dead.
But she was just knocked out. We didn't see blood at first, and then
let's not do this.
But not only that, I don't even think. I mean, technically speaking, obviously we don't. They never fought really to get, so we don't really know the power. I would imagine Lady Maeve was probably stronger than Kamiko anyway. Remember, Lady Maeve went through a freaking bus. Like unharmed, like Kamiko, like she's super strong and she can go through people's bodies and but I don't think she can't go through a bus. Like she might be able to like kind of slow down a bus, but she'd probably get like kind of fucked up a little bit in the process. Like, she'd be like Spider-Man. She'd be like Spider-Man and Spider-Man was it 2 or 3? It was like when he's trying to stop that little train.
2.
And he has that horrible like I'm shitting face. Like
that was 2.
That was 2. Yeah. That would be Kamiko.
Jerry Maguire too. To be specific. But I'm saying like on one, he exploded, right? To the point that he blew up buildings, right? Then they hit the ground, right? There's multiple reasons why Maeve should not have walked away from this thing. But
she got a black eye.
That was because of Homelander. Like that wasn't even because of Soldier Boy.
No, she did not have the black eye when she went to grab him at that point. The black eye was not there until after.
That was the blast.
And then the brace, then the arm cast.
I was like, why she got the arm sling? Why she got to get the fucking arm sling? I was like, damn it.
The arm sling.
Damn it. Like even the boys are not immune to the arm sling.
So is Homelander like deaf in one ear now? That he'll put that thing right in his ear.
That's why, like, I'm like,
so maybe he is, maybe. So because he already has super hearing, so maybe one ear can take on.
But it doesn't make sense. I'm like, how could you hurt Homelander like this and be like, no one's figured out that you could put a beam through his head or something like he?
No, it's not about that. It's like getting close enough and to know that he can hear your heartbeat and on all that. I'm pretty sure like for example, Butcher tried to catch him off guard like in the first seasons and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure like they have like stuff in place where they can try to catch him off guard, but they also know that's suicidal. So who was brave enough to try to like step up to the man like that?
Yeah.
Like, see what I'm saying? But it took someone like Maeve who just didn't give a fuck about life anymore for her to be, you know what I mean? Like A-Train wouldn't have tried that. I mean, he might be super fast, but he ain't super dumb. You know what I mean? Well, sometimes he don't.
It depends. No, again, I guess they were trying to show that there's an end to this villain, right? There is a way, right? You know, with enough force, with the right combination, you can stop Homelander to some extent, and they try hard enough, they can do it. It's hard. I'm hard pressed to believe that Homelander made no effort to make sure that his murdering father and Maeve were dead. Be like this whole, Ashley's gonna cover up the video and he gonna ask questions and not asking where the bodies are. It's like that's that bullshit. Like next season he needs to be like, I want to see bodies or these people are still alive.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. So maybe he'll know about the CIA taking over a body, but that's the thing. Like he might not be able to control all of that. I don't know. Maybe
if he can murder people in the street now, like he can do what he wants.
No, but like as you saw at HeroGasm, the people who were close enough to Soldier Boy, some of them were just obliterated. Like Crimson, what's her name?
Yeah.
She was like basically like bones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean,
even
I hear you, but pretty much everyone would have probably thought like, oh yeah, there's no way she's surviving that. Like. He was scared of taking on like to the face like blast from Soldier Boy head on, like when they pinned him down.
Yeah.
To the point where he was that scared. So I'm pretty sure in his head he's like, well, damn, Maeve. Oh yeah, Maeve definitely didn't survive. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, let's go with that. Macy said Maeve just got obliterated. Who could survive a blast like that? That's the same thing I say. But then on top of that, he should be like, where is my dad's body? Where's Soldier Boy's body? Like. He should be looking for that.
Or he obliterated too. He obliterated himself. No. Haven't you never seen well, you don't watch Dragon Ball Z, but you ever see like when Vegeta tried to he made himself explode against like Majin Buu. Basically, he turned himself into ash doing that. He basically ignited himself, but he turned into ash.
I still think Homelander will want confirmation, and I think to me, I guess I wanted that to be some part of the season finale. Like I know they were going for a Trump inspired season finale where like he's like I could shoot someone in the middle of the street and I won't lose any votes. Like they were trying to go for that kind of theme.
Yeah, they definitely did a lot of that. They did a lot of that and the whole like trust Starlight, trust her, or I'm with her.
Yeah,
stuff. I'm like.
It's like
okay,
Starlight you guys dies, children die. I was like, this shit hilarious.
I was like, you guys aren't being discreet about this at all, are you? It was like.
Well, I'm saying like to be like find Soldier Boy, he's still alive. Just acknowledge that he's smart enough to ask these questions, and then I could be like, that. So Nadia being vice president, that's in the comic books. I do believe.
But it's not. It's a guy. It's a guy that actually becomes. I think his name is Victor. Vic becomes like. Victor becomes president. He doesn't even become VP. He becomes president, and he's basically like a Manchurian candidate for everyone involved, essentially. So, so yeah. But in this one, obviously, they made him made him her and made her actually bright or somewhat smart. So, question for you too. So, it's not a question. I take it back. It's not a question. But I like the moment where Marvin is explaining to his daughter after he beat her stepdad to the ground, like kind of said, like, look, this is what happened to your grandfather, or like to our family and whatnot. And you saw he had the tremor. One of the awesome moments I love was like you saw him still like scared, like he was trembling, like you saw his finger, and she put her hand over his hand.
Yeah.
Be like, it's okay, Dad. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, I was like, oh, she got her dad back. I was like, okay. I was like, that's what's up. I was like, I like that moment. I like that moment because So
well, you have very few like genuine like human connection moments. So it was kind of cool to be like she don't see him as a monster, right? After whooping this,
right.
So
like she understands, and she it's and the thing is though, that's all that was really more important to Marvin more than anything is like his daughter and what his daughter is going to think of him. You know what I mean? Like nothing else in the world matters to him except for really like his daughter. Straight up, just his family.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great moment, man. So what do you think of Jensen Ackles? So I know you never watched Supernatural, but I'm a huge Supernatural fan. I thought it was dope that they had him play Soldier Boy in this, as well as them teasing that they're going to bring Jeffrey Dean Morgan next season, aka Negan. But he also plays, Negan from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So they're talking about him going to be the next season of The Boys, which would be interesting because he's also from Supernatural. That's where he got to start.
Yeah.
He played
the dad.
Soldier Boy's father, actually.
Yeah.
So so I'm thinking, because I got to tell you, man, Ackles killed it as Soldier Boy. I know people are now trying to start a petition saying that he should play Snake in Metal Gear Solid. He was impressive to me. I don't know how you feel about his portrayal as Soldier Boy, but I felt like he nailed it. The whole like old man out of time, the whole tough guy, like I don't give a shit, like get the fuck out my way type deal. Yeah. Like
he was solid. The whole cast is solid. I mean, but he's a great addition. I'm happy that he's alive. You know what I'm saying? That so there's still more story to be told. Depending on what they want to do with them. So I'm and if Negan joins the cast, I mean at this point his brother needs to join the cast. The guy that plays that would be hilarious. And then like if they could,
it would be a whole. So yeah, because I told you the guy who plays the president or the president.
Yeah, he was.
So he's also in Supernatural. So he plays their mentor.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I remember that scene because I remember that. So like it would be interesting to put them all. Like, also, speaking of kids, Nadia's daughter. Like I'm disappointed.
Oh yeah. I knew you were gonna be like, where's she at? What powers she has?
Like I thought that was gonna be like part of the finale to be like I got my own super weapon, like in case Homelander tries to step up.
I feel like they're saving that. I feel like they're saving that for like either the premiere or the finale, right? So because again, her male counterpart character becomes president. Which tells me if she becomes president, then something must happen to the current. Like she's going for VP. Yeah. Something must happen. So I'm thinking like, will it be like a premiere or the finale? It was like, I was like all of a sudden he chokes or whatever, and he's like, good job, babe. And then and her daughter's like is like half woman, half snake or something, and then like put like part of her tail like through his mouth and through his ear, and it just kind of fucked him up or something.
Now we're Wolverine origins, huh?
I don't know. Or like Terminator 2. Was it Terminator 2 was like put it like right through?
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah. Also Terminator 3, because she had the tentacles and shit. The woman Terminator, remember that bullshit?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Anyway, your point is yes. So they could be squaring up. They could be squaring up her to go against Ryan. Like maybe once Ryan becomes like Brightburn and shit, and he's like out of control. Like maybe the daughter is like they meet, you know what I'm saying? And then the kids kind of play together or whatever, and then you realize like she got her shit together too. But like that, I mean, I was
because you know the spinoff. So you know they're doing the live action spinoff.
Yeah, but that's
of like the kids.
Yeah,
of kids and you like learning to become heroes. So it'll be interesting, especially if you're talking about like years in the future. Like the actor who's playing the kid like will be a little bit older. So it'll be interesting to maybe see them, like maybe see Ryan in there. Like it's like, class, we have a new student, and everyone's just grows silent. They see it's like, oh, it's him, it's his son. And then everyone's like kind of scooting back away from him or whatever. Maybe they bully him. And you know, Homelander's like doing like comes down like, you ever see Billy Madison?
Yeah.
You ever see Billy Madison? He's like, now you're all in big trouble. And he takes the dodgeball and just like, you know, he's just like smacking kids left and right, and maybe frying a few of them, like you know, like some stepbrother shit, just like just start kicking them with shit.
That would be crazy. I mean, so I'm interested, and also the CEO dude, the Chicken Man, where's he at?
Oh, Gustavo. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he had to step down. I don't know. Maybe at the time of filming, maybe he was focused on the finale of Better Call Saul, which starts tonight, I think. The second part of the series finale. Okay.
All right.
Thanks. I'm so glad we did this. I forgot about Better Call Saul. Oh my God. Sweet.
So there you go. So I mean, because I was wondering where he was. Maybe he's doing Mandalorian season 3. I mean,
that's right. Yeah. That dude's busy.
He got options.
I'm so happy for him. Like I remember him from like school days. Like he was just he I don't know. He was just always, to me, he was like always one of those like underrated actors back in the day, and then he just kind of disappeared. And then it's like all of a sudden he's getting like a second chance at life in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It kind of, well, I mean, I won't say it's the same as Robert Downey Jr., but it was like a period where you didn't see Robert Downey Jr. for at least like 10 years. And all of a sudden, here comes Sherlock Holmes and Iron Man. You're like, what?
No. That's it. I mean, he didn't alley me. No, he was working. He was just inconsistent. I mean, he was. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, he went big time to Marvel. I mean, to your point. I mean, I see that. But I mean, I'd be interested to see what happened. Like, I thought he was going to be in the season finale too. At least a tease that he's still around, that he's still relevant. Right. They did I read an interview, a parts of an interview where the people said that this version of Black Noir is dead, but the body parts are still there, so he's still like in play. So somebody may try to clone him. So remember, I said one of the theories I said was like just maybe multiple Black Noirs. So that's what's making me think, especially the simple fact you saw Homelander take the mask off and put the mask down. Yeah.
To me, I thought it was kind of significant. So I feel like they might possibly bring Black Noir back. I mean, like a different version, perhaps.
Yeah, different version.
You know what I mean?
Not the Homelander.
Maybe this version will be the excuse me.
The Homelander
be the comic book version. Maybe this one will be the comic book version where it's like, you know,
maybe the CIA makes a clone of Soldier Boy somehow, and they make a Black Noir. Because I mean, Homelander don't have that kind of scientist skills for one, and then also before we go, I was really disappointed in with Stormfront's departure. Like I thought that was.
Yeah, you know, I think. Well, maybe not you. I theorized that maybe she really was still alive. Because
we were saying that because it made no damn sense that they just wrote.
It's like all of a sudden, it's like her body's gone, and there's like a little bit of blood, I guess, from her biting on her own tongue off or something.
Yeah.
And the last thing we saw of her was just jerking him off.
I mean this. So to what I want, I think I wanted him.
Oh, I just thought about something.
What?
Oh my God. I'm so glad we talked about Stormfront and what that random scene, her jerking him off, right? She jerked him off, right?
Yeah.
And afterwards, I know that's something.
He's like what we going with this? Chris, like, jerked him off.
But you know it. But do you know when she did that, it zoomed on her face? She was like kind of like tearing up or whatnot.
Okay.
What if just like remember we had that thing from the Soldier Boy story about how his son was born. I'm talking about like, yeah, I was jerking off and blah 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 blah, and then they took the semen. Because again, she was in the custody of Vought. She was in Vaught's custody, chained to that bed. She jerked him off.
Oh,
what? You see where I'm going with this?
All right. So they
maybe maybe that's I don't know. Maybe they create a clone from that. Maybe all
right. So that's how. All right.
Do you think?
That, I mean, if they do that, then that will justify the scene. Like that would justify the scene, like bring her back. So, and then that goes to my thing. Like I thought he was going to have sex with her. Like since all of a sudden he wants kids again or some shit. Like he wanted to harvest May's eggs. Like he could have did that with Stormfront. I mean,
that's right.
She just lays there. I mean, he could harvest her eggs. He could have had sex with her body. That would have been crazy. But like, I mean, if he would have did that, make some kids, like they could have did something. But to your point, if that's what they do with it, and they use her as to like give birth to it, like that would be awesome. If somehow, because like you said, she jerked him off. Next thing you see is a camera of her being taken away in the ambulance, right? Like maybe Gustavo is behind this whole thing.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Maybe that random scene that we were like, oh, it's random. Maybe it wasn't random.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, that would be something.
Especially hearing Soldier Boy talking about like him jerking off some girl, and then they just take that certain bam. What do you know? He's like 30. What do you say? Like 36 years ago, I did this or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how you remember when you masturbated. I'm like who remembers that shit? I'm like, but it's like, yeah, it was.
Well, shoot. Well, he made it seem like it was like a famous act. Yo, trust me. Yo, if you got one-on-one with your crush, oh, you won't remember all the details. I would imagine, right? You would.
I would just say it was just weird for him to be like, yeah. Then I was in the cup. Hold up. He said they called him to the office. They asked him to beat off in the cup, and then he left. That's how I remember.
No, but he beat off to some female or something. It was like somebody like he said like some actress or something, some old time actress.
Oh, all right.
He was just watching her, and he just like
we spent too much time on the masturbation. My point is, it needs to come up. I mean, anyway, if you will. I mean, it needs.
What did you just say?
It needs to come to something. It needs to come to something.
Besides the first word you said, it needs to
come up. or
before
come up.
Damn.
She's like, hey, no. They need to do a backstory scene of them scraping the nut off her face. I mean, like, we got the sample.
They said we got Homelander and a little bit of Nazi on here.
Oh, damn it. What is
damn,
this?
We got some little Nazi on here. It's like
oh shit, just scrape it off. Scrape it off. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, again, I had no idea watching it that was going to be this finale. So it was a surprise for me. To your point, I think you said like I feel like the next season might be the same rinse and repeat. Now, one thing we didn't talk about was Butcher's diagnosis. Butcher is like now on the clock. Like he's dying.
Yeah.
But like let's just say they get renewed another like 2 seasons or whatnot. It's gonna be some compound V or specialized C that neutralizes his heart or something. It'll be something like that. So or maybe you'll find Mjolnir or something, and then it was just
and it becomes
like just like.
Well, you don't know how. I mean, they purposely don't tell you how time passes on this show. So this 12 months could be 12 seasons. As our favorite show, Power, each season is only about 5 weeks. So I mean, they could ride this shit out until the last season easily. Yeah. But that being said, he should die though. Like he should die killing Homelander. Like that's usually how these stories kind of end. To be like I know this is my fate and this is my villain and we're gonna go out together. It's like something.
Yeah, it needs to kind of be on par to how he was trying to kill him at the end of the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was deep. That was freaking deep. He was like, yeah. He's like, you'll die too. And you're like, yeah. Like, yeah.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
I love that. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm a huge Butcher fan at that point. He didn't give a shit.
Sorry. So to stop the rinse and repeat, I still think that the season should have ended with Hero-gasm. Should
have stopped at that.
Yeah, because it was so many different things like happening like in that episode. Like I think that would have been a good way to end without once again going back to Ryan and Butcher and Homelander. Like I think that would have been, it was pretty solid to me. And I mean I was like, oh, I definitely
yeah. I mean, it didn't really resolve a whole lot. Like, I mean, he didn't get the rest of Payback, right? He still had to come after Black Noir.
but
I mean, yes, you had a small little thing with Blue Hawk and like A-Train, but even that little story arc between him and Blue Hawk wasn't that big of a deal necessarily. You know what I mean?
But that's what sets it up.
It's just I don't know if it was strong. I like the episode. I don't know if it was strong enough though. You know what I mean? Like I needed to get an episode where Deep and his wife finally breaks up, because I was like, I'm getting tired of this girl. Get rid of her. But then I'm thinking, wait, hold on. Without her, now you can be seeing like someone who just like kind of just can molest women again. Like I don't know,
So that's the problem.
Well, I guess you can molest fish, so never mind. I don't know.
We need to get back to those gills, but anyway, we'll see what happens in season 4.
That was so disturbing. Was that season 2? When she dug into
I thought no, that was 1.
Was that still 1?
One was sexual harassment. That was when he got kicked out and he had to go work at SeaWorld, basically. And then he was getting fucked with the gills.
She went deep.
Yeah. Season 2 was his comeback story when he joined the Scientology and shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All
right, man. It's called Deeper or something. Deeper. And his wife comes up. It's like Into Deep or something.
Into deep. And she was like, deeper. I was like, oh man, this is getting weird. I was like, she was wrapped up in the fish. Anyway, anything else?
Nah, that's it. The boys continuously impress me, and they will intend to shock you in 1 or 2 episodes. In this case, it was the very first episode of this one.
Man,
was that the first scene too? Yeah, it was the first scene.
Man,
yeah. Everyone keeps talking about P Valley. No, the first episode of this, where you're just like I've seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and seeing like giant feet and giant ants or whatnot. I never seen
too much. I don't want
never seen a Snuffleupagus up close like that.
No, I don't want to do that. Let's not do that.
I was like, bruh.
Let's not do that.
I was like, bruh.
And then he jumped out of a woman's wet vagina.
Yeah, and then having Marvin's skeeted on.
Oh,
literally in mother's milk.
Oh, stop it!
He was in mother's milk. He was in mother's milk. Yeah.
Oh man, that was wrong. That was wrong.
It sure was. Yeah. And I love how they did a throwback with like when French like, I would have loved that. Somebody had missed it. So, anyway. But yeah. No, that's it. That's all I have for it.
All right, man. So, we love the season. We love these characters. We're happy. Looking forward to season 4. Well deserved for another season. Invincible needs to get a season 2 at some point. Shit. I mean,
oh man, I would love to see a crossover between the 2 shows.
Woo. Like Diabolical, like all animated or live action.
I actually either or, because I was so shocked with even how good the animated show was too. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, because sometimes, even though yes, I watch like some anime, right? Sometimes watching like an animated show takes away certain things. I don't know, takes away certain things from something that a live action can only give you, right? But I don't know, the way they filmed in like Invincible for like crazy scenes, like partly I guess the scene where the homie's putting his own son through the train.
Well, yeah.
Scenes like that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I didn't think I was gonna like it like this, but
yeah,
holy fuck, And then in the back of your mind too, you're also thinking it's animated, so they're going to take some precautions, or for certain things they're not going to say or they will say or whatnot. Because again, I knew nothing about Invincible. I think we talked about this before. I knew nothing about it, but I had no idea. I thought it was like going to be like those DC animated stuff you see on like HBO Max, where it's like, okay, so it got a little bit of blood, maybe they'll drop like the word shit or whatever. Or like, like they'll say like shit one time, maybe one person like John Constantine might say the F-bomb or something. But no, at the end of the episode, when he's like murking everybody and like eyeballs coming out, he's like, what the fuck? I was like,
insane.
I want more. So Yeah. So yeah, Invincible should start soon, and yeah, I'm all for it. So.
All right, so we'll see how that goes. So join us tomorrow as we will discuss Miss Marvel.
That is not rated R, by the way. That's not rated M. That's rated TV PG, right?
Yeah, that's definitely PG. That's definitely PG. Disney don't play
awesome
with that
soundtrack, though. I gotta say, yo, Miss Marvel got a killer ass soundtrack. I love it, actually. I love the soundtrack.
So I'm saying, and it is a different director, different perspective, but it moves forward. So I do look forward to talking about that. And then this weekend, we got For the Love of Jason. We got Terror Lake Drive. We got the Supreme Team, a 3-hour documentary on Showtime. We're going to talk about that.
Supreme Team. Remind me, what's that one about again?
So, the drug dealers in Queens.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, so Chiche, we're going to review that. I think last. So we're going to do the Shy. Then we'll do the fucking Shy. And then once we get down with that bullshit, then we'll do a Supreme Team, because then Stacey and I are gonna do all the Queen's Men.
What about P? Oh, is there no episode of P Valley or something?
No P Valley this week.
Oh, okay.
Now the next weekend, all right, we got Westworld. We got first four episodes of Westworld.
Okay. So we're gonna do. Okay, I didn't know if you want to wait for the whole season.
No. Midway, we should know something, and to see where it's going. Since it's only 8 episodes, that's how
I like how you said it, because it was like in your head, you're like, man, I'm getting tired of this bullshit every season where I gotta wait till mid season. So this one, I gotta know something by midway.
Like we gotta have some clue about what's happening in this world. And then we kind of bring prediction for the last. So that's how we pick it up.
I mean, yeah. So we should do that. Again. I mean, Jurassic World is out for streaming starting Friday. I don't know if you want to review that. Nope.
Absolutely not.
Never mind. Anyway,
we will. No,
we're going to say no to that.
I was mad. Terry was like, "Let's go watch this shit." I was like, "Nope." I was like, I went with her. I was like, "This is your fault.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Game of Thrones starts August. So
yeah.
So we got that. Okay. Yeah. We got time on different shows. So. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna do Old Man when it's over. I don't know if you're watching that on FX.
Oh, the Old Man. Yeah. I put on my queue. How many episodes they have so far?
6. I think they're going to 8 or 10. They're going to 8 or 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, they already got 6 already? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's
I do want to see it. I just so much stuff, man. Oh, Nope comes out in a couple weeks. Definitely.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do Nope. We're gonna do Nope. Yeah. So that's definitely on the list. I feel like there's some Netflix shit. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I feel like there's some on Netflix coming. I felt.
Yeah, there probably is. Yeah.
I can't. And then so we're gonna do She-Hulk as a season 2. Just let you know. Stop it. Look.
As a what? As a full season?
Yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that shit in the episode. That's not happening.
I want to be so wrong about She-Hulk. Again, I love the actress that's playing her. She's great in Orphan Black. She's an incredible actress. But man, that's some Ally McBeal shit that I saw.
Oh, this is definitely Ally McBeal, man.
I was like, come on, man. Like, not even, but even, I don't know. Even when Jessica Jones, like, I mean, yes, it had Ally McBeal stuff in there, but she was like more
shit.
But it helped out. But what helped her out was that she was emo as hell, and she was just like, would just fight just the hell of it. So she had like a Wolverine type of personality.
Yeah.
So, but she's not that. She's like all glamour, like, so I'm a lawyer, like, so who's doing cocktails? Wow, she's like, they got these huge green hands. I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh no.
Give it a shot, Chris. Give it a shot, Chris. Let's just see where it goes.
Bruh.
Let's just see where it goes.
Bruh.
I watched Hawkeye and I had zero interest in that shit. So I like,
yeah, but we kind of already knew what to expect. She-Hulk though is a lovable character. She-Hulk is a lovable character, and I don't just and it's just now that, and I'm already pissed off of the way they treat some of their female superhero characters. I mean, I know they try to do something different, Black Widow or whatnot, but I'm like, don't do this with another female character. I don't know. Maybe when they do the Marvels, it'll be different or something. I don't know.
Well,
no.
Well, I don't.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, they got a formula.
Yeah. Well, Miss Marvel was different. Miss Marvel was different. She-Hulk. Like, I enjoyed that. As crazy as I'm talking, I was like, I enjoyed it more than She-Hulk, and I didn't even watch She-Hulk. So what the fuck am I talking about? I'm clairvoyant now.
Damn,
so,
man, you already projected. So
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Either way,
I hope it's good.
You
know my bar's so low that it can only be good.
It can only go up. That's how you.
It can only be great. Like I'm telling you, you're gonna be shocked when I say I love it, because you're gonna be like, why you love it? I'm like, bro, that bar was lower than the ground. Like it's like so yeah. We'll see.
We'll see how that works out, man. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Later, man.